I said I wasn't going to back up and listen to parts of it, but I so badly want to back up. I would sit here and listen to it 5 times more in a row. Hi everyone. Today, I want to try something a little different with Joe Bonamassa at the Royal Albert Hall. It's something that you don't often get to see me do on camera, and that is, rather than stopping and analyzing as I go, I want to, this time, stay inside, stay connected to the performance, and even imagine myself sitting there in the audience, just taking in what his music makes me feel in real time. Joe Bonamassa is one of the most respected blues rock guitarists and performers in the world today. And so for this one time, I want to experience as close to the full atmosphere with him as possible. Okay, I am in my seat at the Royal Albert Hall now. Let's go.
Slow down, trying to wash away the pain inside. Well, I'm sick and I'm all done in, standing in the rain, and I feel like I'm gonna die.
Really?
I'm so damn lonely, ain't even had.
It's really agile in the expressive qualities of his singing in this song.
I'm so damn lonely, think I'm gonna die.
And very precise. Ooh, I like that guitar.
Been shot down over stormy sea. Well, I feel like I'm drifting away. Can't seem to get
You know,
a grip on me.
something about this makes me think back to the way
I'm so damn lonely. Ain't even
Mark Knopfler uses his voice and his guitar. The partnership, the kind of dance between them.
I'm so damn lonely, think I'm gonna die. I think I'll go home alone, but what else is
I like the way that there's a really sturdy bass balancing this and anchoring this.
people tell me as they pass me by? No matter if
That must be the bassist.
no matter if I die.
Something about this little guitar
Slow down, trying to wash away
phrase
the pain
feels so
inside.
eloquent.
Well, I'm sick and I'm all done in. I'm standing in the rain, and I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm so
And here comes Sturdy again.
I'm so damn lonely.
I guess what's attracting me is the tone that he chooses for this guitar. There's a depth and there's a richness to it. The way he alternates octaves. It feels so natural. And that bass, still supporting everything. I guess I haven't even mentioned the drums, right? But they're so much a part of this. Look how nicely they're working together there. You can feel that in the music. That was What is it about his guitar that makes me think of Mark Knopfler's playing when I hear it? Is it the tone? Is it the style? There's something so beautifully expressive about it. But there's a sort of quietness to it too. Ooh, listen to that. That was the end?
Thank you!
No. Wow. Okay. Let me pull myself back together here. That was worth experiencing straight through. I said I wasn't going to back up and listen to parts of it, but I so badly want to back up and listen to the ending here. Do I have permission to do that? Just the ending? Somehow it was amazing. Okay. He's just pulling you into it. It's like this magical world. You get lost in it. He makes you wait for that resolution. And this! And then the way he switches to overtones? Harmonics?
Thank you!
I'm mentioning the technical terms, harmonics, overtones, resolution at the end there, but I'm simply trying to find language to identify what makes it feel so powerful. This performance had a kind of spell to it, and it kept pulling me deeper and deeper as it went along. But somehow that ending was the shining moment, the golden moment. I feel like saying it was the golden hour, thinking of, how photographers like to see that last hour of light in the evening before the sun sets. It's the golden hour of photography. Somehow that was the golden hour of this performance. The way it all came to the end. And as much as it was Joe Bonamassa and his guitar, it was also the drummer and the incredible coordination and collaboration between the two of them in that moment. Coming to that final note, the pacing, all of that wonderful stuff, right? It was incredible. I would sit here and listen to it 5 times more in a row and back up and back up, just because that's how beautifully and powerfully it came across to me. Well, the truth is that ending, as much as I would listen to it over and over and over again, it doesn't come out of nowhere. And to simply cut it out of the rest of the piece, it would not have the same impact. This is what makes me say this piece had a kind of spell about it, and it carried me further and further, and it prepared me and it drew me in, and then it took hold of me in that moment. The incredible atmosphere that he created, and his musicianship, his artistry is on full display in this performance. Meaning, again, we can call out technicalities and stuff. We can praise virtuosity and skill, but as I'm focusing on an unbroken performance this time, I also want to focus on what makes that unbroken performance so impactful. And one of the things that is a part of that is how natural, I guess I said the word natural, how unhurried it was throughout. That doesn't mean it was dragging. That doesn't mean it was slow or anything like that, or low energy. It simply had no sense of rush, no hurry, no skimming over the top. Instead, it was digging deep. I loved the expressiveness of the guitar. I loved how he managed to build a kind of atmospheric tension throughout the course of the piece and carry me through this whole musical experience, and how the building of that artistic tension. And I feel like I need to pause for a quick moment here and acknowledge the other musicians as well. I've mentioned the bass player and the drummer and also the keyboardist. Everybody there, part of this ensemble. They were so well coordinated. All of them, their musicianship was on full display. So I'm speaking of Joe Bonamassa, of course, but I'm speaking of the entire group with him as well. And they all worked together to build and hold this tension and carry us through and build this kind of tension I guess tension is the best word. Dissonance is not the best word in this case. Tension throughout the performance, and finally coming to the end. And as he takes us down through all that incredible guitar lyricism to the end, and then makes us wait, and finally sets us on that resolution note. And then in that moment, that is the signal for that final burst of percussion, which was kind of a the shivers down your spine in musical form. It was, and it the whole piece was accomplished. This moment was accomplished through not skimming across and just skating across moments where there can be real depth of musicianship, real depth of emotion, real depth in developing tone and shaping and dynamics and all of those things, and the pacing of it. He made us live through the entire musical experience, so that in the end, what we came away with, was not having heard a song. It was not having I'll even say it wasn't having watched a performance or even listened to a performance. It was an experience that I lived in. I lived through it, but I lived in it. It was a lived in experience. And that is the gift that he gifted to the entire audience. He wasn't performing at them. He was gifting them with a lived in experience of being inside the music, being enveloped by it. That is what stands out to me, having listened to it in this way. I really enjoyed listening to this song this way because it allowed the whole performance to have its full effect. It allowed me to feel it that way. And that is a very special experience, to be able to stay inside a performance and simply, as I said, allow yourself to be enveloped by it. What strikes me the strongest this time around is Joe Bonamassa's control and the atmosphere he created. It's like the music is a lump of clay in his hands, and he is the potter just taking his time shaping it. He doesn't just play. He creates a mood. He shapes a mood. And then, in the doing of that, he lets you live in that space. I can understand why he's so highly regarded. There's great musicianship there, obviously. But also, what I might call, might I say, artistic restraint. Meaning, the ability to not let your skills get in the way of the artistry. And that is what allows this emotional depth to come forward. So in the end, it did feel like more than just a song, more than just a performance. It felt like a lived experience. And now I'd love to hear from you. Where do you think I should go next with Joe Bonamassa? I'm really looking forward to hearing your suggestions, and I'll see you next time.